God, I love that flight animation. Oh, it's so good. Alrighty, what brings us here? What, you think it's the Matrix? No. You think it's the RAM? No. This is something I haven't talked about in a while. It is. Ooh, look at that flight wobble. Oh, it's so good. All right, it is REDio. And but yeah, this is a one wide REDio receiver. Oh, there's a plane going by. Now you know I live next to an airport. But with this receiver, I was like, well, maybe I can bring an update to some of my other receivers. And this is my receiver that takes a binary input and turns it into hex like immediately, or as fast as comparator possible into hex. Now, how this runs is it will run off of a loop. The loop will consist of the various data values that need to be subtracted from all of these. So for instance, this one needs an 8. You need to get rid of a 4, a 2, and a 1. And all you're doing is trying to generate those values at each comparator from this guy right here. So that's basically 8. Then you have 5, 4. Then you have 4, 3, 2. And then you have 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so if you caught that, it was 8, 5, 4, 4. Yay! Apparently everybody's coming in on planes right now. But whatever the case is, we got 8, 5, 4, 4 going into here. And let's send it. Alrighty. And you know it's good when the last one just isn't showing up. Now, the other thing that's like, all right, well, how do I know when to send this? Take it easy, all right? I'll show you, and you'll love it.
Keep your money. You just get that
Signal strength
to the designated place at the designated time. And I will gladly designate it
signal strength
for this
redstone.
All you need is a clock, and you need to know what kind of clock cycle this thing is so you can find it. So for instance, we're just running it on a 4 redstone tick clock. And what I have over here is another clock, but with this clock I have the values, what do we have here, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And to show you, let me just get rid of all of this. Boom, boom. All right, 4, 3, 2, and 1 is in here. Now, what this setup over here does is it isolates whatever that signal that I want to see. Right now it's set to 0, but as you can see, there is no 0. And we also have a dispenser with powdered snow here. This will trigger radio frequencies. So if I want to know which one to trigger it on, I have my loop here, and I can just start scanning. Oh, look at that. We have 1 coming out here. So it looks like that it is not the one that I want. I want it to be here. Otherwise, I mean, this also tells me that I need to send this signal 3 ticks earlier. So what I would do, and this would ultimately be linked up, this would test where your receiver is. You should be able to like see that receiver within range, or the simulated distance. And then once you know what address, essentially timed address it is as compared to this thing, and then we can scan through. Let's see here. That's 2. That's the 4. And when we get an 8, that means we are on our 8 receiver. The one thing that I like about this, and mind you, this could output into a hex to bin radio transmitter to let me know back on this end what address I'm at, because all I'm trying to figure out is when I need to send the signal. Now this could then loop 4 ticks later to the actual data transmission area. And then I would have a full-fledged timed system for sending data to here. Now, let me give you another wild idea. Let's say you wanted to encode your data, right? And you don't want anybody else on the server to actually be able to decipher what you are transmitting. Now, let's say these don't have to be in that order. That's first and foremost. They do not have to be in this order, the 8, 4, 2, and 1. You just have to have a system that's built around the 8, 4, 2, and 1. So, for instance, this could be your receiver set with whatever kind of encryption in how this data loop is stored, and you know what it is. So then when you go to your receiver, you know that, oh, I need to send it on this signal. But not only that, the transmitter, which is kind of invisible, just use your imagination. It's right here. See? I told you it was right there. Now that I've got this bad boy in, we've got our timing circuit here. Now I have got 1. It's whatever the torch is on is the bit that's actually being sent. So now let's check it out. We can see that right now that is being triggered on 8. And I can take that off. Now it is basically sending a decay of 1, 2, 3, and 4 to here, which is ultimately pushing that signal out here. And you can kind of see it working. Going there and activating all of these in that specific order. Like I mentioned previously, if I change these values, it will change the order in which these fire. So no matter what data you put in, if that thing is set up for that specific order, the proper data will come out. But I'll showcase that in some other future video. Hopefully someone take a good look. I don't know if I'm going to make a layer by layer for this one. And all of these, and deuces. So this thing is continuously sending off this data. Check this out.
To outer space, great adventure. You to outer space, great adventure. Stand by. To outer space. To outer space. To outer space, great adventure. You to outer space, great adventures. Stand by. To outer space. To outer space. To outer space, great adventure. You to outer space, great adventures. Stand by. To outer space. To outer space.
Also,
to outer space, great adventure.
nothing.
You to outer space, great